Okay, welcome back. Up for practice activity number 4, the MS corner support. Okay, now this one has some tricky features. Okay, it's got this embossed slot here with a radius, a fillet that goes all the way around. It's got this 45-degree feature here, so that's going to trick a few people. I've seen it done numerous ways. Some hard ways and some easy ways. I'll show you the easy way. And then the rest of it is pretty straightforward, isn't it? We've got this, we've got some fillets, this little boss here, lots and lots of holes. We've done lots of holes so far, so it shouldn't be too tricky for that. The real tricks are going to be these ones here, this feature over here, and this feature here. Okay, so let's get started. Here it is fully modeled. Now I won't go through this because I want it to be a bit of a surprise as we get there. So let me just close that down. Brilliant. New part, new, metric, standard millimeter, hit create. Okay, let's have a look. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create this upper section here. Okay, it's 106 plus 20, so that's 126 plus another, gosh, what would that be? Plus another 25. Okay, so 106 plus 126 plus 25. Okay, and it's got a width of 38 and 38. Gosh, that's a lot, given how late it is at night. So let me just open up this, start with my sketch, and let Inventor do the hard work for me. Let's create a rectangle. Oh, selected that off, cancel that. Let it jump onto the origin point here. I'm just going to click that in, hit OK. Now the first one is 20 plus 106 plus 25. So it's 20 plus 106 plus 25. There it is. That's jumped out of screen. Let me hit my top here. See, I'm not doing too good on this one so far. And add the dimension in here, and that was 38 plus 38, or 38 multiplied by 2. So let's go 38, and the star button is 2. Okay, or the multiply, sorry. So 38 multiplied by 2, and let's center that. There it is there. Finish the sketch, and I'm going to extrude that down 20 mil. Enter. Okay, and I'm going to just rename that. I'm going to call it the top. Okay, I'm going to add 2 fillets on here to create that radius. So it's got a radius of 25. So I'm just going to create that feature now. Now remember when we added a chamfer? Well, we've got another feature called a fillet. So I'm going to select the 2 edges. That's that feature just there. I can select multiples at a time if they have the same radius. Okay, and that was 25 millimeters. And hit OK. If I'm doing lots and lots of them, I can hit apply and then go again and go again. Okay, but since I'm just doing that, and there it is. So there it is back there. Let's create this bit down here, which goes down 32 down from that corner. Okay. So I'm just going to create a rectangle from here, and it'll have a 32 down. And you know what? I'm just going to leave it like that. I'm going to show you a trick. And dimension, this one here. Can I create a dimension between 2 model edges? Huh. Interesting. I'm just going to delete that. I don't know exactly what the issue was. So what I did is I'm selecting these two edges here. So it's giving me the distance between those edges. It's saying that it's a driven constraint, meaning that the constraint or the dimension already exists. I can't change it, but I can use it to reference. So I'm just going to hit accept and see it's a reference dimension or a driven dimension because it's got those brackets on there. So now when I add this dimension down here, I want it to be the same as that one. So all I have to do is select it, and there it goes. Okay, I'll just bring that over there so you can see that. Okay, finish the sketch. And it's got a width of 20. Other direction, join, 20 mil. Okay, there it is blended in. Do those radiuses, so 14 and 14. So fillet command again, jump over, up 25, 14, hit OK. All right, so I'm moving through some of this pretty quickly now because I'm expecting that you're going to get the hang of it, and I'll slow down a little bit when we get to the tricky parts. All right, we're pretty much at one of those tricky parts now. I'm going to put this slot in here. Okay, it's going to be done in multiple stages. The first one I'm going to do is going to be 26 wide or between the two centers, and it's going to have a radius of 12. Okay. Let's just rename some of these. We'll call this side. Call this name. It's 25 foot. And this one was 13, so 14. Okay. Hopefully you got a bit more creativity with the naming than I do. So it's 26 across and it's got a radius of 12. So remember, we're going to create a sketch on that plane. We've got, under the rectangle tab, we've got this slot feature. And it was, so flies attacking me at the moment. Just going to pop it in without dimensions, 26. And 12, wasn't it? So 12 and 12 is 24. Okay, now it's definitely not in the right place, is it? I mean, that is just so far off the mark. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to align, cancel. I already had that line selected, so that's why it really sort of didn't like it. To get out of that, I just hit escape a few times. And if I'm just going to use my vertical constraint here, and I'm just going to line it up with there. Okay, so it's lined up, and it's going to be drive in from the edge there, just like that. Okay, now it's fully constrained. Let me finish that. See, it's embossed up 6 mil high. Okay, so there it is, but it doesn't have that nice little fillet that runs around the edge there. I'm going to use the fillet command. We'll just rename that. I'm just going to call it slotted. Double T, isn't it? I have to wait for the kids to go to bed before I can actually start doing all this. So it's getting quite late in the evening at the moment. That's why I'm making a few little errors. Okay, so using the fillet command, so select the fillet command. I just need to select one edge. It will chain the rest of them together there. And I don't want it to be 14, I need it to be 6. Okay, because that's the height of the boss. And then hit OK to lock that in and just rename that 6mm fillet. Great. Okay, let's have a look. So I've got this slot in the middle here. Let's draw that in. I won't go through it. We've just created a slot, so it shouldn't be too hard. It's got a diameter of 12 and the center to center of 26. Add a vertical constraint. Oh, just vertically constrain it to itself. That's a bit silly. And put that in there. Okay. Extruding that down, make it 50. Make sure it's cut. You can see it's poking out the bottom here. Hit OK. All right, fantastic. All right. What I'm going to do is I've only got a 15-minute record time on each one of these. I'm actually just going to pause it here and reset it, and then I'll do the other features. Otherwise, we'll run out of time. Okay, just bear with me.